I really need a chair to do these. We're gonna see. Nope. The couch still ain't free yet. When it does become free, we're gonna take this into Hadley Smith. What's up, brother? Are we getting hearts? I think that's the first time we ever got hearts on a live. And we just keep getting even more of them. I appreciate it. I really do. If I had my other phone, we'd play music, but I don't know where it is. So, you've been subscribed for so long. I appreciate that, man. I really do. How long? You don't even remember? That happens. Unfortunately, yes, David. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, so do I. I'm a freshman. Do you know that? Won't you looky there? If I had my other phone, we'd play some rock music, but I don't know where my other phone is, so unfortunately we ain't able to do that. Oh, we got about 4 people in here already. This is what I like to see right here, boys. Yeah, no, that is sad. I got a speaker back here in the closet that a friend of mine gave me. James, if you end up watching this, I appreciate it, brother. One of these days I'm gonna connect that thing to my other phone, and but what I would really like to do is once I get out of this spot and get back down south, I would like to build a studio so I can do the for me to do these in. You lost your laptop. How'd you do that? Well, your brother took it and broke it. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I was a single child. No offense, but it's true. 5 siblings. I feel sympathy for you. We're gonna make a highlight out of that. How am I? Well, went to go see the heart doctor, and I've had a kind of a little murmur in my heart for the past 2 or 3 years. Back in 2022, I was out working, and I did this motion, and I had passed out. So I've been trying to get Why? Well, I've had the murmur in my heart because back in 2022, I was out working, and I worked flatbed at the time. I did this motion, and I had passed out. And I've been getting treatment and blood work for this ever since. Well, today they said that it was closed, that the murmur was closed. He didn't see no stuff. He said, but he did want me to lose about 5 pounds, something like that, and start drinking water. I told him right quick, I said, hold it right there, partner. I ain't drinking no water without flavor in it. It ain't happening. Told him, I said, you can hold your horses right there, Elmo. Your sister has heart cancer? Well, my thoughts and prayers will be with her, brother. But I told that doctor right quick, I said, hold it right there, Elmo. I said, I ain't drinking no water without flavor in it. You can just go ahead and write that off the checkbook right now. My dad, he's got this ginormous circle cup. I'll show y'all what. I'll probably try to show y'all what it looks like here in a minute. But he's got this ginormous circle cup. You know, the ones with the drink cartridges in it that have different flavors and stuff. Well, I had one here not too long ago, and I like it. I really do. But how big the original cup is, I just found it impractical to carry because I film a lot on the road. So, yeah, that was me here not too long ago. But I appreciate your honesty, and your honesty is one step closer to recovery. But Circle just came out with a sports bottle, which. Oh, thanks, man. Anthony, what's up, brother? But yeah, Hadley, um, do I know you? Your name sounds familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it, so you're gonna have to elaborate. But yeah, Hadley, like I told that doctor when he said, "Oh, you need to start drinking water," the heart doctor told me today. I said, "Hold it right there, Elmo." I said, "I ain't drinking no water without no flavor in it." But Circle's just come out with this sports bottle, and it looks a whole lot more practical to carry on the road than what that ginormous cup my dad's got. So I'm gonna get it. Yeah. So, I don't care. Bad or good, it affects me none. I'll be 16 this October. Figured you did, David, but like I say, good or bad, it affects me none. I mean, the fact that I've pretty much poured my heart and soul into this, I have zero time to stop and slow down because of what other people think. I just ain't got time to do it. So, good or bad, it affects me none. Looky here. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Okay. Like I say, man, I grew up around a lot of old school hands. So, yeah, when I heard you say that, I was like, what? Yeah, dude. Like I say, do I know Anthony? Um, his name sounds familiar, but I just haven't. The thought hasn't hit my brain yet of where it sounds familiar, of where I've heard the name from, or if I've seen him or not. So, sounds familiar. Oh, okay. Um, Smith, I'll just give you some advice. Um, just try to avoid people like that. Cause people you think are weird, they gonna do what they gonna do. So like, y'all want to have a civil conversation about it? That's fine. But people who act weird, who you think act weird, you just gotta look at them and go, don't know what made him that way. Don't really want to know. David says you still scared of the bomb threat. I did express my concerns to the state when we did that interview. Yeah, Hadley, or yeah, we got a bomb threat last week. Yeah, yeah, Smith, we we had got a bomb threat last week. Somebody put a graffiti in the bathroom, and I was walking down the hall, getting ready to come back to lunch. Because the bathroom in the cafeteria was closed, Yeah, but that was about the time when they called in everybody to the football field. The school resource officer was in the Bahamas, and I didn't see no cops on the football field. Yeah. All right, Jasmine. But yeah, it was crazy, man. They didn't uh they didn't have no cops on the football field. Now there was cops in the building, but as I'm walking back down the hall to go back to lunch, they call in everybody to the football field at this time. This is not a drill. I said, "Oh shit." So we go back down there. We get to the football field. We sit on the bleachers, and at this point, I'm keeping my head on a swivel, listening for shots, because I know that this could potentially be a setup. So we spent about an hour on the bleachers, and then they say everybody down to the actual football field. So we walk down there, and they leave us in the wide open for over another hour. And the whole time, I'm keeping my head on a swivel, checking all spots, because I know that a smart bad guy would put a bump threat out just to be in a hide and shoot students in the wide open. So I'm keeping my head on a swivel and I'm listening for shots. David, you know because you were there. So, but yeah, didn't see no cops on the football field. All the other cops was in the building. So, but yeah, it was crazy, man. The interview we did with the state yesterday, I think, I did express my concerns about why they left us in the wide open and why there wasn't no school resource officer to take uh, Donnie's place while he was gone. That's the name of the school resource officer that works at the high school I go to. Well, we got about two or three people up in here. We got a third like in here. Appreciate that. Third person in. I do want to say one final rest in peace to Mr. Charlie Kirk. It was a senseless killing from yesterday, not yesterday, but the other day, last week, day before the bomb threat. But anyway, um, to the people who celebrate his death, you're part of the problem. The fact that there are people out here celebrating this man's death is disgusting to me. Because one, all he did was try to go out and spread the word of God. Now, I'm not a spiritual person in any way. I'm not a church going person in any way. I've known God for quite a few years, but angel wings just ain't my thing. But anyway, but he was just trying to go out and talk to folks who had a separate opinion from him, and all he was doing was letting people who disagreed with him come out on the mic and just have a civil conversation with him before, like, he didn't have to do that, but he did because because he believed in his faith and he believed in what he was doing. And words cannot describe. Oh, you found out about Mark Webb. Oh man, we do a spark order. Nothing normal. Um, Mark Webb was a dick. I mean, let's just put it that way. Mark Webb was a dick. We're doing a spark order. Nothing out of the ordinary. And we roll up on this guy's house. Now, I'm always super professional when we do deliveries because I'm a businessman and I deal with people. So, I've always been super professional when I'm dealing with people, but he was not real friendly. Hi, Anthony. But all I said was, "Did you order a spark order, sir?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we have it." He said, "You're gonna deliver it to my door. That's what I pay you for. You should know this by now." At this point, I'm wanting to throat punch this guy. I mean, because he was, yeah, he was not real friendly. At this point, I'm wanting to throat punch this guy. What the hell? Y'all's messages got restricted. Okay, I'll have to deal with that later. But we just delivered up to the door. My dad was like, "Hey, this guy, let's just deliver stuff and get out of here." Because at this point, the street guy in me is wanting to throat punch this guy. So we deliver stuff, take the picture. I tell him, "Have a nice day, sir." I get back in the truck. As he's walking in his door, he mumbles under his breath, calls me an asshole. Oh, really? So I told Daddy, I said, "You hearing this?" He said, "Yeah, I heard this." And we called Spark, made a complaint about him. Yeah. But we called Spark and made a complaint about him. And Spark has a real strict policy about customers harassing drivers and delivery crew members. Not counting the fact that we have an A+ rating on the Spark app. You can go look at my dad's Spark profile. He has an A+ rating across the board. So we filed the complaint about him, and Spark said, okay. The guy over there, I don't know his name, but super good dude. The guy we talked to at Spark, he said, well, he says, sir, we have a real strict policy about customers harassing drivers. And Daddy just told him, he said, look, he said, I'm doing this. He said, he's 6'4" and about 200, well, not 200, about 330 pounds. Daddy said, what do you think he'll say to one of these little girls out here trying to make a living who's 5'1" and 120 pounds soaking wet? You see what I'm saying? So he said, well, it's gonna be real hard for him to get deliveries now. So he went on there and banned Mark from ever getting Spark deliveries ever again. Huh? Why are you so freaked out about that? I mean, it's true though. My dad, he's about 6'4", 5", and about 330 pounds. What do you think that Mark would say to one of these girls that's 5'1" and 130 pounds? Little weird. No, I don't really see it as a little weird. No, you're not. Anybody who ain't met David, I've seen what he looks like. He ain't no 6'7" and 900 pounds. If he was 900 pounds, he'd probably be dead, or he'd get towed to the ambulance on a wheelbarrow. But Anthony, that's just a way of describing how light or heavy somebody is in body weight, because, I mean, somebody who's 130 pounds and they've done been standing out in the rain, they're going to get soaking wet, right? Okay. Anyway, moving on. But yeah. And the guy over at Spark said, well, Grumpy Mark, he's going to find it real hard to get his deliveries. After I get through with him, he's going to have to get his ass up to the truck and haul ass to Walmart to go get his own shit. So, like I say, after we filed the complaint, I made some videos about him. Y'all calling me the weird one. Y'all calling me the weird one. My God. Okay, I'm just gonna put. Okay. We're just gonna. Uh. Okay, we're putting. Anyway. Okay. What time is it? How much time we got? Because I had to go to the doctor. That's why I didn't. I would, but I don't know where my other phone is. So, yeah. turn my quality up. I'm doing this on a cell phone. What do you expect? All I got is an Android. What do you people want from me? I haven't been able to switch back to iPhone yet. All I got, like I say, all I got is Android. What do you people want from me, man? Three-way. How was the doctor? Wasn't too bad. Doctor said I needed to start kind of drinking more water. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Stop right there, Elmo. I said, I ain't drinking no water without flavor in it. You can go ahead and write that off the checkbook right now. If I'm gonna start drinking water, there's gonna be some flavor. Cause he was going back and forth with you, and my rule on live streams is if you ain't able to have a civil conversation, then you gotta go. So unfortunately, yes. As much as I would like to be down south on the beach fishing, I'm unfortunately am gonna be up here. Well, he got about 30 more minutes. So I put him on timeout for 30 minutes, so probably ain't gonna see him for a while. Okay. Alright. Well, y'all, it's been fun, but unfortunately, no, I'm gonna have to turn all this off and lay down for a minute. So, y'all have a good one, and I'm going, son.